Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'll be showing you how to make a delicious creamy mushroom pasta. And the first thing we're going to do is make my signature sauce. The number one ingredient we're going to need is the skin of half a red bell pepper without the seeds. If you're making a large batch, you can use the skin of a whole red bell pepper. Next, we're going to need half a habanero pepper without the seeds. Add your pepper skins to a cast iron skillet set to high heat. To speed up the charring process, you can press down on the pepper skins. Also, you might want to open up the windows to let some of the smoke out. Once your peppers have charred on the outside, you can flip them over to char on the inside as well. This entire process should take about 10 minutes depending on your stove. Next, add your charred peppers to a blender cup. Then add 1 tablespoon of goji berries. Get in there. Add 1 cup of raw hemp hearts. Next, we're going to add some sea salt to taste. Then we're going to add 1 cup of water. Give the blend until it's as smooth as possible. Here's what it looks like. It's ready to eat, so you can taste it to make sure it's good enough. If not, make adjustments as needed. Our next ingredient is 1.5 pounds of fresh oyster mushrooms. We're going to be separating the petals from the central stem, and instead of using our hands this time, we're going to be using a knife. Separate the mushroom petals from the central stem, then we'll come back to them later. Now, for the fun part, we're going to place a large cast iron skillet on a stove set to medium-high heat, then we're going to add some avocado oil. Once your stove is hot, you're going to add 3 tablespoons of ground coriander and 3 tablespoons of ground fennel. Give it a good mix and let it bloom for like 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Now we're going to chop 1 large red onion bulb. Add your chopped onion to the skillet and give it a good mix. Alright, things are getting heated, so we need to move quickly. Slice about 7 scallions, then separate the greens from the whites. Add the white parts of your scallions to the skillet, then chop and add 6 garlic cloves. Give it a good mix, then let it all saute on medium-high until fragrant. Slice and chop a whole fennel bulb into smaller pieces, and once your aromatics are fragrant, you can add it. Now we're going to give everything a good mix and saute for about 3 minutes on medium-high heat. Back to the mushrooms. We're going to cut our oyster mushrooms into smaller pieces so we can get a piece of mushroom in every bite. Add your mushroom pieces to the skillet and give it a good mix. Increase your heat to high heat and let it cook for 5 minutes while you're stirring occasionally. After 5 minutes, slice and add 2.5 cups of portobello mushrooms to the skillet. Before stirring, add some sea salt and adjust to taste. This is optional, but you can add 1 teaspoon of veggie bouillon cube. Add 2 tablespoons of onion powder, then 1 teaspoon of ginger powder. Add 1 teaspoon of freshly ground black peppercorns, then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of dried oregano leaves. Next, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of dried thyme and 1 teaspoon of paprika. Give it a good mix and let it cook for 3 minutes on high heat while you're stirring occasionally. While that's cooking, we're going to slice and chop a whole red bell pepper. Next, I'm going to slice and chop an entire green bell pepper as well. your chopped red and green bell peppers to the skillet, reduce your heat to medium heat and give it a good mix. Now let this cook for 2 minutes on medium heat, and after 2 minutes we can add our sauce. Gently mix it all together, and if you want to, you can add some veggie broth to adjust the thickness. Let it cook on medium-low heat for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, cook your pasta. To cook your pasta, you want to add about 4 cups of water to a large pot and bring it to a rolling boil. Once your water has come to a rolling boil, add some sea salt to taste, then add 454 grams or 1 pound of penne pasta. Move your pasta around to stop them from sticking, then let them cook until al dente. Once the pasta is ready, add 1 ladle of pasta water to the sauce, then drain your pasta. To avoid a soggy meal, make sure your pasta is not overcooked. Return your sauce to a stove set to medium-low heat, then add your pasta. Gently give it a good mix to make sure everything is properly coated in the sauce. Next, we're going to add 3 to 4 tablespoons of coconut aminos. Now this is optional, but if you want to, you can pluck, rinse and add some organic cherry tomatoes. Finally, we can chop and add half a cup of fresh basil and half a cup of fresh parsley. Give it one final good mix and you should be ready to eat. Serve yourself a generous portion, then you can garnish with some scallions. Here you go. Once I finish this, I'll show you a second option, so stand by and watch me as I eat. Here's your second option. After cooking, place it in an oven set to 380 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes and you'll get this. If you're living the alkaline lifestyle and you'd like to learn how to make some high quality, affordable homemade pasta, click on this link to learn how to make it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you're looking forward to next week's recipe.